Hi, I'm Katie from New Tech Machinery. We're often asked questions like, does NTM offer testing? And how do I get engineering documentation for my profiles? There's a lot of confusion and misconceptions about who provides testing for certain industry standards. Simply put, as a machine manufacturer, NTM doesn't provide any engineering for our profiles. Nor do we commission tests for things like wind uplift or water infiltration. But we do work with many reputable and trusted coil suppliers that offer engineered panels for all your architectural project needs. NTM machines are designed to produce UL-compliant panels, and you can check out our UL compliance versus UL certification video to learn more. But a coil supplier most often provides true engineering. At the end of the day, the coil supplier's metal is what gets installed on a roof, not the roll forming machine. There are many tests in the metal roofing industry to find out how certain materials, profiles, installation methods, and assemblies perform against water penetration, uplift, fire resistance, and more. These tests will determine the roof system's performance by a third-party testing facility where a professional engineer evaluates the results and can stamp and validate them, allowing the company sponsoring the testing to say they offered tested or engineered panels. Testing and engineering are terms used in the metal roofing industry, sometimes even interchangeably, but for this video, we'll use the term engineering to focus on the engineered reports you can get from your coil supplier. How do you know if you need engineering for specific panel profiles? First, you need to consider whether you want or need to offer engineered metal roof systems before purchasing a portable roll former. This will allow you to choose the residential or commercial panel profiles that have engineering already offered by your local reputable coil supplier. You can also talk to your coil supplier for assistance and to find out what testing they've had done on their products. It's also dependent on where you see your business now and in the future. If you focus mainly on residential projects, you may not need to worry as much about getting engineered profiles. But if you want to get into commercial work, they typically have more stringent requirements. You'll know if you need to provide engineered profiles when you bid on a job and see the architect's specifications. The architect's specifications will lay out what testing requirements will need to be met for that project. If your local building code requires you to meet certain standards, then you'll have to ensure you can do so with the profiles you offer. Building codes dictate the construction and design of residential and commercial projects based on the jurisdiction's safety standards. You can talk to your local coil supplier or building authority to find out what requirements you'd need to make. A manufacturer that offers weather-tight warranties could require meeting minimum engineering standards. For example, Sheffield Metals requires all weather-tight warranty projects to be installed at a minimum UL 90. Weather-tight warranties aren't applicable for all panel profiles, and there are different types of warranties depending on the coil supplier you use. Where can you find engineering documentation for panel profiles? If you're looking for engineering for a specific panel profile you already have or want to purchase, go to your local reputable coil supplier first. Find out what engineering they may already have for comparable profiles you need for your project. Many coil suppliers like Sheffield Metals will list on their website what engineered profiles they offer, testing reports for each of those profiles, and the roof decks used in those tests, warranty information, and more. If a coil supplier doesn't have engineering for a panel profile for certain project requirements, you can get the testing done yourself through professional engineers and testing facilities. At New Tech Machinery, we've referred many clients to our trusted coil and sheet manufacturing partners. If you need help finding a reputable coil supplier in your area, just contact one of our experienced roll forming specialists today.